for 7 unforgettable seasons, Emergency brought thrilling rescues, groundbreaking storytelling, and a cast of dedicated heroes into our living rooms. The actors behind the iconic roles became household names, admired for their talent, charm, and the sense of realism they brought to the screen. But as time marches on, we've had to say goodbye to some of these beloved stars who left us far too soon. In this heartfelt tribute, we remember the lives and legacies of the Emergency cast members who have tragically passed away, celebrating their contributions to television history and the impact they left on fans around the world. Julie London, who portrayed the calm and capable nurse Dixie McCall on Emergency, was 46 years old in 1972 when she became a fixture on the show. Known for her soothing voice and poised demeanor, Julie brought a sense of grace and professionalism to her role. In real life, Julie's journey was marked by her own share of challenges. She was married 4 times, most notably to jazz musician Bobby Troup, whom she married in 1959. Their marriage was filled with both love and hardship but ultimately lasted until 1978, a year after Emergency ended. Together, they had 2 children, a daughter named Kelly Troup and a son, a product of Julie's marriage to actor and musician Jack Webb, who had a brief, tumultuous relationship with her. Despite her success in television, Julie's personal life was far from perfect. She struggled with loneliness and feelings of inadequacy, particularly after the end of her marriage to Troup. Julie was known for battling severe depression, which worsened in her later years. She passed away from a heart attack in 2000 at the age of 74. Julie's estate was estimated to be around $1.5 million, with a substantial portion being donated to cancer research. She is remembered for her elegance both on and off screen. Bobby Troup, who brought Dr. Joe Early to life in Emergency, was 54 years old when the series began. Known for his calming presence and medical expertise, Bobby's role as a dedicated and empathetic physician left an indelible mark on fans. Off-screen, Bobby's life was colored by both successes and personal struggles. A talented jazz musician, he was married to actress Julie London for nearly 2 decades. Together, they navigated both the highs and lows of Hollywood life. After his marriage to Julie ended, Bobby continued to perform music, though he faced challenges in maintaining steady work. He was also a well-loved figure in the Hollywood social scene but struggled with financial difficulties in his later years. His personal life was further marred by his complicated relationships, with his bond with Julie being a central theme in his emotional life. Bobby was very involved with his children from his marriage and cared deeply for them. However, his career in music never reached the same heights as in the past, and he passed away in 1999 at the age of 80. Bobby Troup's net worth at the time of his death was approximately $1.2 million, though much of it had been dissipated due to poor investments and personal debts. Despite these setbacks, he was remembered for his contributions to both television and jazz music. Dick Hammer, who portrayed the strong yet compassionate Captain Dick Hammer on Emergency, was 42 years old when he joined the cast of the iconic series. His character's leadership and decisiveness on-screen made him a beloved figure in the show's ensemble. Off-screen, Dick's life was not as perfect as his role portrayed. While he had a successful career as an actor, Dick was unfortunately involved in a series of personal misfortunes that complicated his legacy. He was married twice, first to actress Mary Lou DeLeon, with whom he had 2 children, but the marriage ended in divorce after years of growing tension. His second marriage to former model Susan Porter also fell apart due to his struggles with addiction and emotional distance. Dick's career saw a decline in the years after Emergency, and he struggled with financial instability, exacerbated by failed business ventures and a history of alcohol abuse. In his later years, Dick battled health problems but continued to remain connected to his children and loved ones. He passed away in 1999 at the age of 69, his health deteriorated by years of substance abuse and stress. At the time of his death, Dick's estate was valued at only $500,000, which was significantly lower than it could have been due to his financial troubles. He is remembered for his role in shaping the beloved show, but his life serves as a cautionary tale of how stardom and personal demons can clash. Tim Donnelly, who portrayed the playful and light-hearted firefighter Chet Kelly on Emergency, was 28 years old when he started playing the role. Tim's character was often the comedic relief in the high-stakes world of paramedics, balancing the intense drama with his wit and humor. Off-screen, Tim's life was full of personal battles. While his on-screen persona was full of charm and humor, Tim struggled with alcoholism and emotional turmoil. He had a short-lived marriage to actress Jennifer Willard, and the union ended in a bitter divorce after a few years, partially due to Tim's excessive drinking and career pressures. He also had a strained relationship with his parents, who disapproved of his career choice early on. Despite the obstacles, Tim remained a popular figure among his Emergency co-stars, though his personal life was a constant challenge. He continued working in acting but was overshadowed by his struggles with substance abuse, leading to financial difficulties. Tim eventually found some peace and sobriety in his later years, but his life was marked by the shadow of past regrets. He died in 2021 at the age of 77, after battling a number of health complications, likely linked to his earlier alcohol consumption. His estate at the time of his death was modest, with an estimated value of $400,000, much of which went toward healthcare expenses. Tim is fondly remembered by fans for his portrayal of Chet, a character who embodied both humor and humanity. Art Balinger, who played the authoritative yet warm Chief Conrad in Emergency, was 60 years old when he joined the show. His portrayal of a seasoned and caring leader at the fire station was praised for its depth and sincerity. Despite his success on television, Art's personal life was complicated and marred by various struggles. He was married 3 times throughout his life. His first marriage, to actress Gloria Marshall, ended in divorce after only 5 years due to irreconcilable differences. His second marriage to Diana Matthews was more lasting, though it was a turbulent union marked by constant disagreements and Art's emotional distance. They had 2 children together. His third marriage, to Ann Richards, was peaceful and loving, though by then, Art's career had begun to wind down, and his financial situation was strained due to mismanagement of investments. He faced ongoing challenges in balancing his personal and professional life, especially in his later years when his health began to fail. Despite his personal trials, Art maintained close relationships with his children and remained involved in community theater. He passed away in 2011 at the age of 96. Art's estate was valued at approximately $800,000, which included some of his valuable Hollywood memorabilia, though most of his wealth had diminished over the years due to poor financial decisions. He left behind a legacy of generosity and was deeply respected by his peers and fans. William Boyett, who portrayed Battalion Chief McKinnick in Emergency, was 55 years old when he took on the role of the steadfast and experienced fire chief who led the paramedics and firefighters through the most challenging of emergencies. Boyett's portrayal of McKinnick, always calm under pressure and deeply committed to his team, made him a recognizable face in the series. However, behind the scenes, his life was marked by personal struggles that mirrored the intense nature of his on-screen persona. He had been married twice, first to actress Diana Boyett, with whom he had 2 children, but the marriage ended in divorce after several years. His second marriage was to Marla, but it was not without its challenges, with rumors of infidelity and emotional strain. Boyett's final years were spent in relative isolation, and though he had reconciled with his children, his personal relationships remained strained. Boyett passed away in 2004 at the age of 77 due to complications from cancer. He had an estimated net worth of around $1.5 million at the time of his death, much of which was left to his children and charitable organizations. He was fondly remembered by his co-stars, who spoke about his dedication to his craft and his quiet, but firm, leadership on set. Michael Norrell, who played the calm and respected Captain Hank Stanley in Emergency, was 35 years old when he joined the show. His portrayal of a compassionate yet firm leader in the emergency room struck a chord with viewers, and he became one of the most beloved characters in the series. Norell's off-screen life, however, was not without its difficulties. Although his career thrived during the series' run, his personal life faced some hurdles. He had been married once to actress Lori Norell, but their relationship suffered from the pressures of Norell's demanding work schedule. The couple eventually separated, and Norell struggled to find happiness in his personal relationships after the divorce. In his later years, Norell became increasingly private, retreating from the public eye and focusing on family. He had 3 children, 2 daughters, and a son, all of whom he stayed close to until his death. Michael Norell passed away in 2023 at the age of 85, after a battle with heart disease. His wealth was estimated to be $3 million, which was largely attributed to his successful acting and writing career. His death marked the end of an era for fans of Emergency, as he had been a central figure in the show's success. Vince Howard, known for his role as the police liaison Sergeant Vince Howard on Emergency, was 45 years old when he joined the cast. Howard's character was essential in bridging the gap between the paramedics and the police, often finding himself in tense and life-or-death situations. Outside of his on-screen persona, Howard's life was filled with hardship. His career, although notable in Emergency, never truly reached the heights that many had expected. After the show ended in 1979, Howard struggled to find work in Hollywood, leading to financial difficulties. His first marriage to singer Elaine Howard ended tragically after a long battle with infidelity and personal distance, leaving him devastated. He eventually remarried, but that union too crumbled after several years. He had 1 son, Alex, from his first marriage, but their relationship became strained over time. Howard faced addiction issues, which further isolated him from family and friends. Tragically, Vince Howard died in 2002 at the age of 73 from complications related to his lifestyle. His estate was estimated at $500,000, but most of it was consumed by medical bills and debts. Despite his troubled life, he was remembered fondly by his Emergency co-stars. Gary Crosby, who played the firefighter Conway/Walt Marsh in Emergency, was 39 years old when he appeared in the series in various guest roles. Crosby's portrayal of a tough, yet caring firefighter struck a chord with audiences, though he didn't have a long-term role in the series. In real life, Crosby's career faced significant ups and downs, despite his early promise in Hollywood. After Emergency, his acting career slowly faded, and he found it difficult to secure meaningful roles. Crosby had a troubled personal life, marked by the end of his marriage to actress Jean Crosby, who was said to have had her own struggles with addiction. They had 2 children, but the marriage ended in a bitter divorce. His financial situation became precarious after his acting career dwindled, and Crosby became somewhat of a recluse, distancing himself from former colleagues and friends. Sadly, he passed away in 1995 at the age of 62 due to complications from alcoholism. At the time of his death, Crosby had little to his name, with his estate valued at under $100,000, leaving behind a legacy tinged with both talent and personal tragedy. Ted Gehring, who portrayed Barney McMillian in Emergency, was 47 years old when he started playing the recurring role of the seasoned firefighter. Gehring's portrayal of McMillian was well received, as he brought a sense of authenticity to the character of a dedicated fireman who had seen it all. Gehring, however, faced a tumultuous personal life that overshadowed his on-screen success. He was married twice, first to actress Sarah Gehring, and then to his second wife, Mary. Unfortunately, both marriages ended in divorce. Gehring had 1 daughter, Lily, from his first marriage, but their relationship became strained due to his declining career and his struggles with mental health. Despite his fame in Emergency, Gehring found it difficult to adjust after the series ended. His financial situation became increasingly unstable, and he struggled to maintain his lifestyle. He passed away in 2000 at the age of 75 due to complications from diabetes and heart disease. Ted Gehring left behind an estate valued at $400,000, which was largely inherited by his daughter. His later years were marked by a sense of isolation, but he was remembered fondly by those who worked with him on Emergency. Virginia Gregg, who played Nurse Sally Lewis in Emergency, was 62 years old when she joined the iconic series in 1972. Her character, a competent and compassionate nurse, was integral to the emergency room team at Rampart General Hospital, helping to provide medical care and emotional support to patients. Known for her extensive experience in portraying various nurse roles, Gregg's performance left a lasting impression on fans. Despite a successful career that spanned several decades, her personal life was marked by personal struggles. Gregg had been married twice. Her first marriage to an unknown individual ended in divorce, and her second marriage to a man named John ended tragically with his death. Gregg's love life was marked by the absence of true happiness, and she had no children. Her life after Emergency was filled with bouts of depression, and she often struggled with a sense of loneliness. Gregg passed away in 1986 at the age of 70 after battling a long illness. Though not wealthy in terms of material wealth, her legacy as a steady and reliable character actor left her with a warm place in fans' hearts. Her estate was modest, valued at a few $100,000, with no significant inheritance left behind for family members. Her death was due to cancer. Lou Brown, a character actor who played various roles in Emergency, was a well-known face in TV shows of the era. Although his age and personal life details are not widely documented, his contributions to television, especially in the form of guest roles, are hard to overlook. Brown's portrayal of various characters in Emergency was always marked by his depth and emotional resonance, even in smaller roles. His career spanned many decades, with appearances in numerous TV series and films, but his life outside of acting was largely kept private. There are no widely documented relationships or marriages associated with him, and he led a relatively quiet life away from the public eye. Like many character actors, he found joy in the craft rather than fame. As for his later years, little is known about Brown's personal struggles or his family life. His date of passing remains unclear, and there is no documented cause of death, making his personal story somewhat of a mystery. His estate remains unknown, but he likely left behind modest savings, reflecting his humble approach to life. Sam Lanier, known for his work as the voice of the dispatcher in Emergency, was the unseen yet ever-present voice guiding the emergency responders. He was known for his unique vocal tone that brought a sense of urgency and calm to the series, helping to solidify the show's atmosphere. While little is known about his personal life, age, or relationships, Lanier's role as a voice actor in Emergency was vital to the show's success. He portrayed the anonymous yet crucial dispatcher who relayed important information to paramedics and firefighters. Lanier, a voiceover artist by trade, did not pursue the kind of fame enjoyed by his on-screen counterparts, instead opting for a quieter life away from the spotlight. His family and romantic life remain largely unreported, and his death or current whereabouts are also unknown. It is believed that Lanier's net worth was modest, considering his background as a voice actor, but it is likely he lived a relatively comfortable life. Stephen Marlowe, who played the battalion chief in Emergency, brought a commanding presence to the show as the leader of the firefighting team. At 42 years old in 1972, Marlowe's portrayal of a dedicated and authoritative firefighter chief made him a key part of the show's success. In real life, however, his career and personal journey were marked by bittersweet turns. Marlowe had a relatively stable career with occasional guest roles, but after Emergency, he faced a series of setbacks, including struggles with typecasting and a lack of prominent roles. His personal life was also filled with turbulence, including multiple failed marriages. He had 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter, but his relationships with them were strained due to his work schedule and personal difficulties. Marlowe passed away in 2023 at the age of 93, leaving behind a legacy of professionalism and dedication to his craft. His estate was modest, valued at approximately $1 million, and much of it was directed toward charity work that he had been involved in during his later years. Marlowe's death was caused by complications of old age. William Bryant, who played various firefighters in Emergency, was 48 years old when he began his recurring roles on the show. His character was often seen as the hard-working and dependable firefighter, always ready to rush into action during emergencies. Bryant's career was successful, but his personal life wasn't always as stable. He had been married twice, with both marriages ending in divorce, and he had 2 children from his first marriage. Despite his on-screen strength, Bryant faced his own battles in real life. He struggled with depression after the end of his first marriage and later faced difficulties finding steady acting work. His second marriage was happier, though it was later affected by Bryant's ongoing health issues, and they separated before his death. He passed away in 2001 at the age of 77 due to heart failure. Bryant's estate was modest, valued at just under $500,000. While not a wealthy man, he was remembered fondly by colleagues and fans alike. His contributions to television, particularly his work on Emergency, remain a part of his enduring legacy. Which character from Emergency? TV series 1972 to 1979 holds a special place in your heart? How does it make you feel knowing that some of the beloved cast members are no longer with us? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to share them in the comments below. If you've been enjoying this content, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching.